Hello everyone. So today we'll discuss about key establishment. So the key establishment is the process of getting cryptographic keys to the locations where they will be used. So the key does not need to be shared. So this applies to an keys that can be locally generated and do not need to be transferred anywhere, such as symmetric keys for encrypting data on the local machines. So the key does not need to be secret. This applies mainly to public keys. So the key can be established in a controlled environment. So in this, some of the cryptographic applications, it is possible to establish all the required keys within a controlled environment before the devices containing the keys are deployed. This is termed key pre-distribution. So first we'll see about the key hierarchies. So key hierarchies is a technique used to managing symmetric keys. This consists of ranking of keys, with high level keys being more important than low level keys. So keys at one level is used to encrypt key at the level beneath. So philosophy behind the key hierarchies. There are two advantages of deploying keys in a hierarchy. So first one is the secure distribution and storage. By using keys at one level to encrypt keys at the level beneath, most key in the system can be protected by the keys above them. This allows key to be securely distributed and stored in encrypted form. So second one, facilitating scalable key change. The risk of a key being compromised, key that are directly used in a perform cryptographic computations such as encryption of transmitted data. So use of a key hierarchy makes it easy to change these low level keys without the need to replace the high level keys, which are expensive to establish. So a simple key hierarchy. The idea of key hierarchy is illustrated considering a simple example which is shown in the figure. The three levels of the hierarchy consist of master keys, key encrypting keys, data keys. So first one, there are top level keys that require carefully management. They are only need to encrypt key, encrypting the keys since the key management of master keys is expensive. They will have relatively long lifetimes. So next, key encrypting keys. So here these are distributed and stored in a encrypted form using the master keys. They are only used to encrypt data keys. So key encrypting keys will have shorter lifetime than the master keys since they have greater exposure and are easier to change. So next one, data keys. These are distributed and stored in a encrypted form using key encrypting keys. These are the working keys that will be used to perform cryptographic computations. They have high exposure and short lifetime. This corresponds to the lifetime a single session. Hence, the data keys are often referred to as session keys. So next we'll see about managing the top level keys. So top level keys, or it's also called as master keys, need to be securely managed or the whole key hierarchy is compromised. Most key management system using key hierarchy will employ hardware security module, that is HSM, to store master keys. These top level keys will never leave the HSM in unprotected form. So master keys are commonly generated, established and backed up in a component form. If the master key need to be shared between two different HSM, then one option is to generate the same master key from the components separately on each HSM. As alternative is to run a key agreement protocol between the two HSM in order to establish a shared master key. So next one is scalable key hierarchy. A key hierarchy works for a relatively simple network but quickly become unmanageable for large networks. So we'll see one problem. Consider a simple two-level hierarchy consisting of only master and data keys. If there is a network of n users, then the number of possible pairs of a users is 12n into the bracket n minus 1. So this means that if there are 100 users, then there are 12 into 100 into 99, which is equal to 4950 possible pairs of users. Hence, in the worst case, we might have to establish 4950 separate master keys among the 100 HSM in the network, which is not practical. So, what is the alternative? So, install the same master key in all the HSM. Data key from communication between Alice and Bob could then be derived from the common master key and Alice and Bob identities. However, compromise of Alice HSM would now not only compromise data key for use between Alice and Bob, but the data keys between the data key between any pair of users in the network. This is not normally acceptable. So solution is, it is common to deploy the services of trusted third party, whom all the users trust refer to a key center, that is KC. So the idea is that each user in the network shares a key with the KC, that is key center, which act as a go-between anytime any pair of users require a shared key. In this way, we reduce a need for 4950 master keys in a network of 100 users to just 100 master keys, each one shared between specific user and the key center, that is KC. Thank you.